The Kruger Millions. One of the greatest mysteries of South Africa is that of the Kruger Millions, a vast treasure said to consist of gold, silver, and diamonds worth billions of dollars today. It's a story shrouded in mystery, intrigue, and legends that have persisted for more than a century. Our story begins in the late 1800s, during the height of the gold rush in South Africa. At this time, a man named Paul Kruger was the president of the Transvaal Republic, which was one of the major gold-producing regions of the country. During the Boer War, a major conflict between the British Empire and the Boer states, which took place from 1899 till 1902, President Paul Kruger of the Transvaal realized that they could not win the war against the superior British forces. As a result, Kruger ordered the National Treasury, as well as an additional £2.5 million worth of gold seized from gold mines in the area, to be moved by train from Pretoria, the capital of the Republic, to various locations across South Africa, with the hopes that it could be recovered after the war. However, with the end of the war and the establishment of the Union of South Africa in 1910, the whereabouts of the large hoard of gold became a mystery, and thus the legend of the Kruger Millions was born. The story of the Kruger Millions first gained public attention in the early 1900s, when rumours began to circulate. Some believed that the gold was buried in various locations across South Africa, while others believed that it was taken out of the country to be hidden in Switzerland or other locations. There were also stories of the gold being hidden in the caves and mountains of the eastern Transvaal. As time went on, the legend of the Kruger Millions grew, and many treasure hunters and adventurers set out to find the elusive fortune. Some claimed to have found clues or even pieces of the treasure, but none were able to locate the entire hoard. Legend has it that a train laden with minted gold coins and bars had been dispatched from Pretoria just 24 hours before the British troops arrived in the capital. The gold was originally destined for Mozambique, where Kruger was preparing to flee overseas to exile and rally European support for the Boer War effort, but many theories have emerged over the years regarding the whereabouts of the Kruger Millions. According to some, Paul Kruger was in fact successful in liberating some of the gold when he fled into exile, taking some of the treasure with him, and leaving instructions for his allies to bury the rest in an undisclosed location. This idea is supported in part by an announcement on the 25th of February 2021 of the discovery of a stash of rare Kruger Pond coins in a Swiss vault. According to the South African Mint, the sack full of Kruger Ponds was transported from the Netherlands to Switzerland shortly before the start of the Second World War, where the treasure remained in a vault until it was recently sold at auction. Another popular theory is that the treasure was buried in the vicinity of the Komati River, which was a key transportation route during the war, or in the vicinity of the Blade River. According to legend, the treasure was hidden in a series of caves and tunnels along one or both of these rivers, but the exact location of these tunnels remains a mystery which Paul Kruger and his close allies took with them to their graves. One more theory is that the treasure was smuggled out of the country and hidden in a bank in Germany. This theory has been discussed among treasure hunters and enthusiasts for many years and is based on the fact that the German government provided support to the Boers during the war and may have helped smuggle the treasure out of the country. However, it is not supported by concrete evidence or official historical records. Over the years, there have been numerous attempts to locate the Kruger Millions, but the treasure remains undiscovered to this day. In recent years, a number of treasure hunters have searched for the treasure using modern technology, such as metal detectors and ground-penetrating radar. One of the most famous attempts to find the treasure was made by an American businessman named Howard L. Hunter in the 1930s. Howard became somewhat obsessed with the Kruger Millions legend and set out on an epic treasure hunt. Armed with a fortune and an insatiable thirst for adventure, Hunter scoured the rugged hills of the eastern Transvaal for several years, determined to uncover the treasure's secrets. But despite his efforts and spending a small fortune, the elusive Kruger Millions remained just out of his grasp, leaving Hunter to eventually return home empty-handed and broken-hearted. Later, in 1947, a portion of the lost treasure was reportedly found by a man named Mr. H.J. Lessing. According to Lessing, he found a map stitched to the cover of a Bible which his father gave to him shortly before he was killed in the Boer War. Later, while holidaying near Swaziland, Lessing said he and a friend made their way to the spot marked on the map and began to dig. Our pick struck something metallic, and soon we uncovered broken ammunition boxes filled with Kruger sovereigns and other coins and rotting Kruger banknotes, Lessing said. Another noble attempt to find the treasure was made by a group of treasure hunters led by Rodney Birch. They spent more than 20 years searching for the treasure in the vicinity of the Komati River, convinced they were on the verge of discovering the Kruger Millions. Despite Birch's claim to have uncovered a network of tunnels that he believed were part of the Bush secret cache, the treasure remained elusive, frustrating their efforts and leaving their dreams of untold riches unfulfilled. The hunt for the Kruger Millions continued into the 1980s with a daring group of treasure hunters, the Loxton brothers. Their relentless pursuit led them to a remote cave in the eastern Transvaal, where they claimed to have found the long-lost treasure. The brothers announced their discovery to the world, but refused to reveal the exact location of the cave, leaving the discovery unverified and many skeptics questioning their credibility. In recent years, the hunt for the Kruger Millions has continued. In 2018, a group of South African treasure hunters announced that they found a treasure chest containing gold coins and other artifacts in a remote location in Mpumalanga, a province in northeastern South Africa. The treasure was thought to be worth several $1 million, but it is not clear whether it was part of the Kruger Millions or not. Today, most historians believe that Paul Kruger did indeed accumulate a vast fortune in gold, but that he used it to finance his government and military operations during the Boer War. But the story of the Kruger Millions continues to captivate the imaginations of people around the world. The treasure represents a unique piece of South African history and has become the subject of many legends and myths, and while many theories have emerged over the years, the whereabouts and authenticity of the Kruger Millions remains undiscovered to this day.